man, it was such a stressful thing. And at the end of the day, it wasn't worth the money that I would have got from the thing. But now I said would have because, I haven't been paid from that job. And,
why not? What happened? This is the Real Construction Owners Podcast. What's going on, everyone? Justin Ledford here. I'm the host of Real Construction Owners Podcast, where we interview real owners of multi-million-dollar construction companies so you can go from being stressed out as an operator to becoming a real owner who achieves healthy profit margins and a thriving business without having to figure it all by yourself. Today, we have a very special guest, Donovan Raven, owner of Arbuckle Constructions. He's actually a friend of mine and a student of personal growth and excels in personal relationship marketing, which brings him tons of business through the insurance restoration industry. And if you listen all the way to the end, you'll get to learn how a $250,000 fire claim got him stuck in red tape. It made him lose sleep. It made him pull out his hair, and you'll want to listen so you can avoid this situation. Let's go.
So my oldest boy is coaching football and wrestling and baseball, and my youngest son is playing baseball and wrestling. And so my oldest boy just coached my youngest son in a wrestling camp for little kids the other day.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it's pretty. Which my oldest boy is a big guy, and my youngest son is he's at 8 years old he weighs 54 pounds, so he's a little guy, and but he is not scared to mix it up with his older brother, and so it's pretty fun, But it's good stuff. But I was actually born down in your neck of the woods. I was born in Austin, Texas.
Nice.
And we moved to Oklahoma when I was in the first grade, and I've got tons of family down there. It's pretty good times down there around the Austin area, San Marcos and all that. And so that's where your office is, right?
Yeah.
In Austin?
Yeah. I have an office in Austin. We're buying one in San Antonio, and we do business in Houston and Killeen as well. But I live in Austin, Texas, and it's a boom town out here, man. Everything's appreciating. It's crazy expensive. There's a lot of opportunity though.
Yeah. I roofed down in, Round Rock. I've got family in Round Rock, and Georgetown, and Pflugerville, and Georgetown, and all that. And I roofed down in Round Rock. I guess I didn't do a whole lot. I mean, some of my family owned some duplexes down there. And you guys got a big hailstorm a few years back. I mean, we've had several since then, I guess. But so I went down and roofed those for them. But that was about all I've done down there in Texas.
Nice. But, what do you like about Norman, Oklahoma?
It's a good size. It's a great size city, and it's not too big. It's not like a massive Dallas, Texas, or Houston or anything. I mean, it's a pretty good sized city. So there's about anything you want to do, it's there. And the people are still really friendly, for being a larger community. So, I mean, it's, we like it pretty well, but I actually live down in Davis, Oklahoma, which is, so the name of my company is Arbuckle Construction. And we're known for the Arbuckle Mountain Range, which is not really that large of mountains, but anyway, so that's where my name comes from, in Arbuckle.
Arbuckle Constructions. What's your story prior to getting into roofing? What'd you do before this?
Oh man, in roofing, I mean, I've been roofing since 2004, but it was kind of a deal that while I was roofing, I was also in the oil field. I was selling. I was working for a company, and I was selling. We had trucks, and we'd hauled pipe out to rigs, and we did pipe inspections. And so I was actually selling that on the drilling rigs a lot of times. and actually lived in Pennsylvania for 3 years while
with all
doing
that
the oil.
fracking, with all that fracking.
Yeah, oh yeah, all that stuff up there. But it's just we did a bunch of that up there, and it got to where I was doing both, and whenever, and I'll be honest, I mean, when COVID hit, it shut that down. I mean, I was set to where I was going to stay probably, and and to continue to do both. But I had a pretty decent salary while I was working in the oil field, and I was heading to a rig out in New Mexico, and there was a sign on the gate that said no sales calls allowed due to COVID-19. I didn't know what COVID-19 was, and it was just one of those things that they said we can't go there. So, I called my wife and I was like, hey, we probably got 2 to 3 weeks left of this, and then I'll be roofing full time. So we'll just save up, and there you go. And so while that was going on, I called one of my buddies and I said, hey man, I'm going to come to work full time, no more part time. Got to have something to do. And did that for about 6 months, and then I started my own company. So during the pandemic, I started a roofing company, and did that for a solid year by myself, and then got connected in with Sky Diamonds and all that. It's been really great getting to know all you guys through that.
Sky Diamonds is an incredible platform. That's one of the reasons I started Real Construction Owners Podcast, because I wanted more intimate time with the brothers. In fact, eventually I'm going to create maybe 3 to 5 events a year where we go into Montana, or we go to Costa Rica, or we do something epic and we challenge ourselves and we grow as individuals. We talk about our faith, our family, the things that are important, because everybody's got this idea of business, kids, wife, and they say it's wife, kids, business, but it's flipped over. And ever since I become more cognizant and become more of an owner, I want to share with people, because so many construction owners are still having to wear multiple hats. They're still having to, go out in the field and sell. They're still having to go order materials. They're still having to do collection calls. And I'm so grateful for the Sky Diamonds mastermind and also some other masterminds, because now I'm the CEO and I have a service department, an operations department, and a growth department. And the business is running itself. That's why I have time to do stuff like this. Yeah. So that leads me to a question for you. Where are you at in your journey of being a business owner? Are you wearing a bunch of hats, or are you an owner who gets to oversee it all?
No, I'm still wearing quite a few hats. I'm in the process still of building it up to where I can begin to let it go. And my thing is, I'm a pretty good sales guy, and I've always struggled with trying to find somebody that's as good as me, or even partially as good as me, to try to hand that over. And I just hired a guy that came from another company, and I feel really good about him. But and as far as I do have a project manager, and I do have an inside person, but I mean, I still feel that the sales is something that I am struggling to let go of. I don't think.
Well, now you have the cheat sheet from what we learned inside of the Sky Diamonds, the stuff that he gave us to recruit like crazy. I don't know about you, but I'm getting tons of applicants. And one thing that's really helped me is I have a growth manager who has a background in like direct sales, and I pay him $400 a week, but he's got to take all those calls. He's got to direct them all to 1 or 2 calls with me where I do the big pitch on stage. What Lee talks about, how you do a presentation on Zoom and then you funnel them through the 10-day. His job is also to take the guys out in the field, and he has to bring in at least 2 deals every single week from those recruits. And we're using those new recruits, we're getting their names, their numbers, and we're scheduling solar appointments with their friends and family and inspections with their friends and family. Right. So it's worked out. And since you're the best guy in town in sales in your business, That could be you scheduling, them scheduling for you.
And that's pretty well what I've been doing with my guys, and I know since, and there's been a disconnect because I've gone through quite a few just trying to get them to get to where I am now, so I feel like to find the one, I've gone through far too many, but
that's the diamond. You got to find the diamond. It takes effort.
Yeah.
That's a part of it.
Oh yeah. So I just really want people to train. I train on Skydivers University all the time, and I've been doing this since 2004, and I'm learning stuff. And I just feel that if somebody's going to come into my company, they better train as hard as I do. And if they don't, then I really don't have a whole lot of room for them. I'm wanting to, and I definitely encourage, and it's not a one strike you're out type deal, but I definitely want people to train like I do. And I'm kind of a sales nerd, so to speak. I mean, I've gone through Grant Cardone stuff, Jordan Belfort stuff, a lot of the, Becca Switzer stuff. Actually, I was in the middle of doing Becca Switzer stuff whenever I switched over to Sky Diamonds. So I've gone through a bunch of this stuff, and and I've always looked at sales and studied sales, and so it's pretty hard for me to let go. But I mean, that's one of those things I'm having luck with it. I mean, I had an adjuster meeting this morning, and there was another adjuster meeting set up for an hour later, but it was an hour and a half away. There's no way possible I can make both of these adjuster meetings. And so I put one on my new guy, and I was like, okay, you go do this. I got to go do this. And we both got them approved. So, I mean, hey, it's worked. Something's working out, so.
Yeah. The universe, God is working in your favor. If you put forth the effort, you invest your hard-earned dollars, you give people opportunity, you set goals, you take massive freaking action. It's just like a farmer. A farmer plants the seeds, they water the seeds. Some of those seeds get eaten by the birds. Some of those seeds get, weeds that take over the seeds. Some of the seeds get dried up by the sun. But ultimately, what happens with some of those seeds? Some of them turn into a harvest. And that's right. The law. That's the law of how God provides for us. Like, if you just keep doing what you're doing, you're going to hit your goals. So what are some things you do for fun, Donovan?
Oh, I mean, well, yesterday we were out. I got a little sun, as you can see. We were out on the lake. We took the boat out. We're doing that. And my son is he's an outfielder, and there's some boys in that league that can really hit the ball, especially at that age. And so we're going to go to the regionals now. And then you win regionals, you go into state. So, hopefully that's the goal. Last year we come up short at state. I think they got third place last year we got to come up short at regionals. They come up third at regionals, and I think it's third. And they took
so many good memories. So many good memories when you're saying this, because I played all-star baseball. I was in regionals. We first team to ever make it to state, and then we lost in our first two games and got kicked out. But we still made it.
Yeah.
Do you have any? So as business owners, we have a hard time finding hobbies for ourselves besides obviously taking care of our family, taking care of our business. Yeah. But I've found that I joined a men's baseball league, and we play on Sundays. And I found that to be so rewarding to connect with people. And I've sold actually a roof out of just some of those connections. Do you do anything outside of faith and family and business, or are you looking to get into something that you would like to, be able to unplug from?
Right now I don't. I mean, I played sports as a kid. So, I mean, it would be, I like to go work out. I went and worked out this morning. I'll wake up at 4:30, try 2-3 times a week. I'm trying to get in better shape. I mean, I've gotten a lot bigger. As far as the hobbies, I mean, I like to go hunting and I like to go fishing. I'm starting to. I bought a new rifle. I'm trying to do a little long distance shooting. I'm trying to teach myself that. But there's really, I really don't have any. I don't know that I have many hobbies. I mean, most of the time we're following kids and chasing kids and going to work and doing a bunch of that stuff. I mean, but it would. We just bought 17 acres, and so we're getting ready.
Congrats.
Thank you. We're getting ready to build a home on that, and so I mean, we're pretty hooked up. Really.
Is that in Davis or is that in the Arbuckle range, or where's that at?
Yeah, it's in Davis, so it's actually about a half a mile south where we had our house. We sold our house in like one day. I mean, it was just silly,
crazy,
for like $10,000 more than we asked for. So it was kind of a fun thing. It was like, well, yeah, I mean, we could be out right now, and sure, but,
tomorrow, I'll pack everything tonight.
Oh, yeah. So it was one of those things where it really happened a lot quicker than what it was supposed to. But hey, I mean, it worked out. So
switching gears, what would you say is 2 to 3 common pitfalls that new construction owners encounter?
Number one is cash flow. I mean, no matter how good you are at anything that you do, cash flow is the king of. It's either going to be the king of you as far as the best thing that you've got going for yourself and your company, or it's going to be the absolute worst. It just depends on how good you are at bringing in money. I mean, it's one thing Lee always talks about is he talks about sales, but then he also behind that he talks about how much of money they've sold, but behind that they talk about how much of money they actually brought in. How much money they picked up, and that is so true, because I can go out and I can sell. I mean, I can go out and sell 7 roofs in a day, and then we can probably put them on. But what does it matter if I never collect the funds from that? I mean, if I don't collect the funds from that, I'm going to go broke.
Yeah.
So I think cash flow is ultra important. I mean, leadership, I'm learning, is one of the most important ones. And, sometimes I kind of struggle with that one. So I'm trying to learn about leadership. Been looking for a good book to read on that, and haven't done that yet. Haven't found anything yet that I'm interested in, but definitely.
Have you listened to Jocko Willitt's Extreme Ownership?
No, and I haven't. I started. I think I bought
Audible?
that. Right? Yeah, I bought the Audible. I have not listened to it. I bought it yesterday.
I listened to that when in the morning while I'm working out. Dude, that is an epic book for leadership. You'll definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, I need to check that out. So I mean, we got cash flow, we got leadership, and then I really think that the drive is still a top 3 on for a new business owner, is just the want to, the desire to get up and to go and do this every day. And, I mean, drive is important for anything, as a sales guy, or as somebody that's, an office worker, somebody that finds a reason to get up and go to work, go do it every day, and put your boots on and go to do it, And I think drive is a big one for us, Anyway.
There's a great book on that. It's called Motivation Manifesto by Brendan Bouchard. And it talks a lot about having a drive and how to stay excited, how to stay purpose driven. Because so many people are like, they come home from work, their face is sunken in, they're exhausted. They got to get up and do it all over again. So that's cool that you say that. You're the first person that's ever said, you have to remember what you're driving towards, what your purpose is. Now, as far as your business goes, Donovan, what's a scenario, if you were to go back in time, where you decided to take on a job, but deep down in your heart, you knew that this could be risky, and you went ahead and took it on anyway? And from that, the lesson that you learned from it?
Man, I tell you right now, I was whenever I formed my LLC and I went off and, made it known. I was doing, you got to remember it was during COVID. There was not a storm in Oklahoma yet. So I was just out, selling roofs and doing what I could. And I market a lot to insurance agents. I work a referral program through insurance agents. And so one of my insurance agents called me up and said, hey, and I had just got my dang general liability and was fresh, right? He's like, hey, we had somebody that's got a house fire last night. Want to know if you want to go meet them and let's see if you can work the deal. And I was like, okay. So I go out there, and a house fire is not. I mean, it was not a smart thing to do. I mean, it was not my expertise. It was not. I mean, I would so rather be doing everything on the
exterior
than the interior. But you're dealing with the house. I mean, you're dealing with everything. And so, I thought, hey, I could contract it out. I know a lot of people, and I do, and it worked out. It was okay. But as far as the build goes, man, it just it was such a stressful thing, and at the end of the day, it wasn't worth the money that I would have got from the thing. But now I said would have because I haven't been paid from that job. And,
why not? What happened?
Well, here's the deal. So apparently, the lady has not paid her mortgage. And so they held back a lot of money. I mean, it's not like I didn't get all the thing. I mean, the job started out at like an $85,000 job, and I worked. I pre-supplemented, got it to $250, and started working. Was paid a total of $200, and now I'm shy 50. And
you made some money.
I did. I still had to lean the house.
Yeah.
And it sucked, man, because it wasn't the first job I did, but it was with my own business, but it was sure early in the process, and golly,
what lesson? Thing. What lesson can you tell our listeners?
Dude. Lesson from that is, I don't know. I mean, I think I went out and, it's okay to go outside your comfort zone sometimes. But sometimes you really need to think about, okay, is this outside my wheelhouse? Is this outside of what I would normally do? Do I really want to go care about somebody's drywall, or do I really want to go replace their closet, and all this, that, and the other? I mean, and even as roofers, from time to time, I get on the inside and it's okay, but it's not the whole freaking house. I mean, dude, we tore every ceiling joist out of that house, every roof joist, all the whole roof came off, all the rafters came off. I mean, I had a framer that I was working with really close, and it was a small home. It was about 2,000 square feet, and we tore all the rafters off, all the ceiling joists off, everything came off, all 3 layers of shingles included. And we, I mean, dude, we had it off and back together in 3.5 days.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really pretty cool. I mean, I had an army working on this thing, but just in that part, I was really proud of, and I was really happy about it. And I was just like, man, this is going to be great. I mean, this just happened, and I don't know. It was a constant carousel of hiring and firing, and just hands, not doing what they're, but I mean, it's not my normal wheelhouse. So the hands I had were mainly roofers, the hands that I was having to pull from would be like tile guys, and I'm like, where's a good tile guy at? And I had a tile guy mess up, and it just, and so I had to find new tile guys. I mean, I don't know. It's okay to get outside your comfort zone. Completely outside your wheelhouse, that was not my thing, and so coincidentally, I'm about to do another fire job, but
now you got the context.
Well, but I told the guy, I was like, listen, I was like, what do you want me to do? And this is a guy that's known my wife since high school, right? I was like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to really do? He's like, well, if you can get me dried in. I was like, so okay, so I got a great framer and I can put a roof on like nobody's business. And he's like, how about windows? I was like, we can knock windows out of the park. He's like, okay, so that's all I got to do. I ain't got to do nothing on the inside, so I feel okay about it. But anyway,
Nice,
but
nice.
My wife was almost. I don't know that she enjoyed the idea of another fire job, but because I swore him off. I was like, I'm never doing this ever again. But then when I found out what it was and kind of who it was, I was like, okay, it's like I can handle that as long as I don't have to do any interior. I'm feeling okay. But anyway,
That's awesome. So what's next for you? What's next for you, Donovan, in your business?
we're making a big solar push right now. So everybody we talk to about a roof, we talk to about solar. So I'm advertising a lot for solar, and I'm actually getting a lot of solar calls.
How are you advertising?
Facebook and Google, and a lot of the and we're doing a door knocking campaign. It's form advertising, but not everybody's a roof customer, but there's a lot of them there's some of them that are. And so even the ones that are interested in solar, they may be a roof customer and then they still may not be the solar customer. So, we're trying to perfect that. I mean, I'm pretty new at that. So I'm trying to figure all that out, but we're getting better.
Yeah, for sure. That's the benefit of the mastermind. I mean, obviously I don't get paid to say any of this, but I do like that Lee has set up the Sky Diamonds closer group where you can schedule the appointment and then they can close it. We're using that and it's been beneficial. So with that being said, it's, I don't know you that well, but I can tell you're a genuine guy. It seems like you speak from your heart. And if somebody's listening to this, whether they're new in sales or they're wanting to get in sales, how can they get a hold of you to learn more about how you can help them hit their financial goals?
I mean, I'm all over Facebook. I advertise tons through Roof. I mean, I'm doing a lot of the Sky Diamonds videos. So people see me, they may run into me. Somebody runs into me at a Lowe's. And I mean, a lot of times I've just found it funny that people are recognizing me in Lowe's or something like Home Depot or out in the public. I mean, especially I'm wearing my Arbuckle hat or whatever. But people can definitely call me at any time. I mean, I throw my cell phone number out there. I'm not scared of that. And that's just 405-990-6033. But yeah, you can, I'm all over Facebook. I'm all over, I'm not easy to, no, I can't hide very easily. So, I'm as much as I'm out there, but, I'm definitely looking for people to, want to get started in sales in my area and, let's go.
Let's go. Hey, Donovan, I appreciate you being on our call today. It's been a pleasure and a joy. If I'm ever in Oklahoma, I'm going to reach out to you. You can take me out to the lake. And same with you. If you're ever in Austin, let me know.
Yeah, I'll call you next time I'm down for sure, Justin. All right. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you so much.
Take care, Donovan. Bye-bye.